Hello, my name is Eric Breaker, and I am a student here at Full Sail University. For my presentation, we will be looking at a PR crisis for the National Basketball Association and looking at the ways we can mitigate the crisis and move forward as a company. About a week ago, on October 12th, 2021, the New York Knicks faced the Boston Celtics in a preseason game that would get more media attention than anyone would have expected. A few days later, it was determined that 57 fans that we know of so far contracted the COVID-19 virus at the game, as well as 14 players, 10 of which were on the Knicks and 4 were on the Celtics. Despite the numbers decreasing and vaccinations amongst players a must, this is a huge problem for the league as it's the first major COVID breakout at a game and is being picked up by all media outlets. The outbreak is certainly going to make some people think twice of attending NBA games in the future, until the pandemic is completely over, which could cause some games to be played in front of a less crowd than normal. The trust that the NBA has with fans and the health organizations in charge of making sure events like these stay safe has been broken. However, a mistake like this doesn't mean that the trust can't be built back, and this certainly is not the end of the NBA this season. Regulations that have been eased will not be set back in place to ensure something like this doesn't happen again. While many companies leave the big names out of it when it comes to a PR crisis, the NBA will be handling this by naming their commissioner Adam Silver as the spokesperson for this issue. Adam Silver is a favorable name amongst fans and NBA players, so it makes the most sense that he is the one assuring people rather than someone no one knows. Adam Silver has also been at the forefront of the NBA's COVID protocols for the last few years and has done a fantastic job up to this problem. Our target audiences for the PR crisis include a few separate parties, all of which we find to be equally important. Of course, we will be addressing NBA fans who are now questioning whether or not they should attend NBA games in the near future, because if we see a drop-off in attendance, it could really hurt our bottom line. NBA players need to feel safe while playing games, which is why we would address them directly as well to ensure this doesn't happen again. Other sports industries will certainly be tuned in to see how we react to this issue, because it is something that could happen in any sports arena or stadium. Health organizations have become more relaxed with professional sporting events. However, after this can make them see things differently, which is why they are part of our target audience. 57 fans and 14 players contracted COVID-19 on October 12, 2021. There was a very unfortunate COVID-19 outbreak at a Knicks preseason game at Madison Square Garden last week, which will have a big impact on the league moving forward. Something like this cannot happen again, which is why the league will be implementing new rules for both fans and players alike to make sure games are as safe as possible. This will include making all fans that are near the players, such as courtside seats, to show their vaccination cards and get a rapid COVID test at the arena to ensure everyone's safety. The upcoming season will be altered as well to allow the Knicks and Celtics players to quarantine effectively and will play all 82 games this upcoming season. Masks will be completely mandatory no matter the stadium played in, and there will be now dedicated eating areas with plexiglass to ensure people are masked up at all times. The most effective way of getting a message out to fans will be through our social media platforms, such as Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. This will allow our message to go directly to our target audiences and will allow us to control the narrative by telling the truth and explaining what we will do to right our wrongs. Our message to internal workers of the NBA will be a little different and go much more in depth about what went wrong and our new regulations and procedures. We will get that message to them using internal communication platform tools such as Slack. A problem such as a COVID-19 outbreak at a game can be a big setback, but if responded to in the right way, things can get back on track fairly quickly. It's very important to make sure you send out a statement to your target audience that explains the problem simply and shows your path to making the NBA a better place to play and watch sports. Admitting the mistake is a big part of regaining trust, but it's more important to show that you are making changes so that something like that will not happen again. Thank you for listening to my PR crisis response for the National Basketball Association. Following my lead will hopefully allow the league to resume play as normal as we look forward into the season. Some companies can handle a PR crisis much better than others due to the fact that they make a plan of response and follow it to a T, while others get flustered and fall to the public backlash.